Good afternoon. This is Kitty Barringer again with Follow the Turtle, Educate Yourself. If you were with us the last time, I told you that we would be having another special guest. And we have Paul Rogers here with us again. Thank you, Paul, for joining us. If you missed the last session, I will tell you this man has many different talents. He has been involved in kite surfing, instructing. He has been a teacher. He has been an attorney. He has written books, and he now has a family with him, with he and his wife and a little son. So thank you again, Paul, for coming. And we want to continue where we left off last time. This time we're going to go more in a direction of going beyond your brain injury. So the first question that I want to ask you, Paul, is you said that you were a transformation expert. And I want to know exactly what that is and how it relates to brain injury.
Thank you, and thank you very much for having me back. It's honored to be twice, so I'm really excited. Transformation. The reason I chose that word, which I think actually fits, is it's actually two words in one. Form is our physical form, our beliefs. It's what we are, in the physical dimension. Trans means to go, to be soar above the form. So when you put the words together, you actually are not limited by your form. You actually can go beyond it, which we have proved we can do, because people don't get to where we are and come and tell you unless we have done or undergone some sort of transformation.
That's exactly right, Paul. Okay, if someone came to you and asked you what to do in their lives, since they are feeling trapped in their job or in their life after brain injury, what advice would you be able to give them?
I think this is and this is a very common thing of feeling stuck, of feeling that you have lost your way, that now you can't find a purpose, and you try to scramble back to what was before. But that only leads to blame, regret. So it's kind of like you've got a clean slate and you can do anything, absolutely anything. The clocks have been reset for you. You've got all the experience beforehand, and then suddenly you get the chance to rethink everything. And when you start looking at that, and so it's not easy to find your purpose. It's not, we'll take one of these and you'll have purpose. It's hard work, but with actually looking inside, what makes your heart sing? That's as simple as that. What makes you happy? Whatever it is, that is what you'll follow. And at the end of that line, you'll find your purpose as well.
That's exactly right. Another question I have to ask you, things you say prompt different questions. What is the gift that you feel you have to offer to the world?
It's kind of a simple gift, but also I think very powerful. And the gift is awareness. To have awareness, you need to be aware in the first place. And this is why we do shows like this. We do it to raise awareness, to knock down any stigmas, to help educate other people, not because they're ignorant, but it's just that people don't experience it until they are struck by it. And it's not just the person, it's the whole network, it's the caregivers, it's the friends. And so awareness is the key. And I try to raise awareness. In fact, my bio on LinkedIn, where I am most active, says I'm an awareness hellraiser, which I thought was kind of fun. And, you know, it all things mental health, TBI, PTSD, and telling people stories. Story is one of the biggest gifts you can give to somebody else, because your struggle, your story will be somebody else's survival guide. And that's kind of why we are better together. We have our own unique talent. The talent is we're still here and we're still breathing. And whilst we're doing that, we can help spread awareness to others.
That's very inspirational, very encouraging. I hope that people that are listening will agree and find some direction from your words of encouragement. I think it's great. So tell me, before we leave, what are you doing now with your life?
Yeah. Well, I'm 47 years old, soon to be 48, actually. And by the time, yes, I'm 47, we'll leave it at that. And so I've effectively been thrown on the scrap heap by the medical profession to say, oh, no, you're done. I always wanted to retire when I was 50, but this is not quite the way I planned it. I didn't sit there long ago and think, well, you know, actually, why needed a really severe injury to actually. So I'm a resourceful guy. I cannot sit on my hands, and I've been basically self-employed most of my working life. So I have a number of things which I can do. Energy permitting, and I know this is a real big thing for everyone watching. So I do lots of social media. I have a website, Take Action Academy, which is giving resources to people, because what I found is when I first got out of recovering, there was nothing I could get into, and I felt very, very lost. So I tried to give back, try to actually think how I was, and I don't want anyone to go through the same. I also am a public speaker. I try and speak everywhere I possibly can to raise awareness for all our causes. I have a public speaking course, which is called Find Your Voice. Now, Find Your Voice came from when I was talking at a men's mental health summit, when I kind of challenged them and said, look, guys, I'm here. I'm sharing, I'm digging into myself and giving you my story. You guys need to find your voice and also tell your story, because it's powerful. And I thought, that's a really good idea. So, right. And finding your voice means not being quiet, not being told that you're done, not being told that you're no good anymore. You've been retired, so there's no use to you. Quite the contrary, you have gone up. You have a story which most people, they can't even believe. And that is the best way, in my opinion, to raise awareness. I've written some books, which they're free, White Wolf's Way on Amazon.com. And I just try to find any platform I possibly can to help raise awareness, to help our community, our special community of survivors who we're a pretty hard bunch to kill. So that's kind of fun.
That's right. Well, tell me, how can we find the public speaking course that you just wrote?
It's on my website, which is Take Action Academy, all one word, .ca. Don't put .com. I'm up in Canada. .ca. And on there, you will see that there's a shop where it actually then gives you details of what of the course. Now, I'm a real 80s film and 90s film buff, so I've written it as if it's a movie. So we actually write your movie, and so it's kind of fun. So hey, if it's not fun, I'm just not interested. So fun and learning something, that's a good recipe.
Yeah.
Where I mostly hang out though is on LinkedIn. That's where you'll find me under Paul S. Rogers. There's hundreds of Paul Rogers, so I feel quite sorry for the planet on that. But Paul S. Rogers is where you'll find me. And I kind of look different anyway. So look for the guy with dreadlocks.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, folks, I'm sorry to have to end this. We have just a few minutes left, and I would like to thank Paul again for coming and being with us. It has been an absolute delight. And I hope that you all that have heard him will enjoy the great inspiration that he has given you, and to know that there's people like Paul out there that are pushing the envelope and trying to make things better for people that do have brain injury. So I hope that we will be able to get Paul back another time, and I'll be glad and let you know whenever he can come back. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you another time, and we'll cut off for now. Talk to you later. Bye.